Good almost afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Something noonish, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I had to lie down for a little bit a while ago because my pain was kind of acting up, but seem to be on the mend. Here's the thing. I keep looking up there because I can't help but notice a trail going across the sky. And I've even actually... Oh, Jesus, it is just, okay. It's for miles and miles along. Here's the thing. For anybody who tuned in to my live gigs over the weekend, I have to get up and use the restroom sometimes, and I just leave this thing facing outward, and, people talk on the chat and all that jazz, and I play music while I'm gone, clearly. And you can't help but notice the beautiful blue skies in the background with clouds and stuff. This is on the weekends, ladies and gentlemen. And then it seems like by Monday we wake up to some bizarre aerosol trails across the sky. It's just, I'm starting to get upset now because, even though I'm relatively new to this whole detail, this whole thing, and get most of my info from that geoengineeringwatch.org. And, I don't have any coffee out here with me. I just got back from town. And also Claudia at Cabin Talk, but she uses the same source as well. I just, I'm noticing it more. And it just seems a little mysterious to me, ladies and gentlemen, that on the weekends things are just dandy and beautiful. And then come Monday, this BS is happening again. Not only, but the other night, the moon has been very interesting lately. It seems brighter and I don't know what. So I'm fascinated with it. No, I don't think it's fake. No, I don't think it's a hologram. No, I don't think any of that. So just let's clear that right now. Yeah, so I went out to look at it in the backyard. What do you know, Joe? Total trails going across the sky. This was about, I don't know, midnight-ish, maybe 11 or something. And it's just, I'm yelling, leave us the hell alone to the skies. Now, okay, I guess I don't, here's the thing that upsets me, ladies and gentlemen, is, how I look into things that other people deem to be insane. Just the way I am. If somebody says, oh my God, remember that Mothman story, the Mothman thing? It was a rumor, a theory, or something about a Mothman. He was, I believe, wreaking havoc in West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken, but I looked into it. I'll just look into anything strange. Nothing... Like, I don't want to look into animal torture or something like that. But you know what I mean. Things that other people deem to be conspiratorial. I should carry you with me in the house and get water. Or coffee. No, I'll just... Hang on. Yeah, so I looked into... Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, I didn't really, look into the stuff until fairly recently. I don't know where I was going with this. And... Oh, here's what upsets me. Jeez, ladies and gentlemen, hold me, would you? What upsets me is people that just say, that sounds ridiculous, so therefore, it's fake. A lot of things sound ridiculous. This, Perpetual and I had somewhat of a... You know what, I'm going to pause and go get my coffee. I forgot that I can pause. Tried to capture my same pose before I left. Anyhow, clearly I've yanked my hair up as well. Yeah, what really upsets me is people that just say things sound crazy and then they dismiss them as coming from some insane ranting 53-year-old woman sitting on her porch. It's just, I don't like it. And if you remember, a lot of people thought it was insane to claim that the Gulf of Tonkin incident was a false flag to get us into Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen. And what do you know? What do you know? But declassified information shows that very thing. So, I don't know. I just wish people would be more apt to look into things. I have to say that I think my viewers are, and I think especially Freethinker. There's no wonder her name is Freethinker. She looks into stuff. I didn't realize how much until we actually had a phone conversation the other night. And, oh, by the way, she checked in, and they're just sort of battening down the hatches in Florida. And things seem to be okay right now from where she is, for those who know Freethinker. But she was just explaining that a lot of the times that I've dropped in information to the chat rooms, like, please look up this, please check into that, please look into the CIA whistleblower named Kevin Shipp or whatever with 2 Ps. Or not 2 Ps, that is a question, ladies and gentlemen. She's always looked into it, and I really I think that's sweet, and I admire that in a person. I'll tell you, the most hard-headed person with whom I deal is Perpetual. Yeah. Now, I'm not... Perpetual just kind of knows this has been going on for years in terms of the geoengineering by way of the, dropping the things into the sky and whatnot. But I'm not sure. I guess he just noticed it all his life, really. And I didn't. Mainly because I don't think Perpetual's glued to a... I'm more apt to be glued to a device, as I am right now, coming at you wildly. And he is not. He's not very good with the phone, like with internet stuff. Forget about the computer. Although he is glued to the TV, and that's the problem, like with ABC News and George Snuffleupagus and all that jazz. And so I don't want to say we had a tiff the other morning, but I pointed out a few things. And he just, everybody asks why. Why would they do this? Why? You know what my answer is now? Because they can. Let's face reality of what some of these elites or 1% or hidden hand or the deep state or the Illuminati, whatever, whoever, all of them are doing. It's, because they can, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I mean, that's just basically my answer. Why would they do a false flag on the Gulf of Tonkin? Because they could, and they needed to get us into that war, military-industrial complex. Speaking of Vietnam, if you would please be so kind as to look up, I believe it's called Operation Popeye. And that is where they use this weather, what do you call it, weather modification, I think, to sort of hold a monsoon in place over the Ho Chi Minh Trail. I mean, this stuff is just, there's patents on it, there's things totally available to look at, that Dane Wigington will literally go over the patents with you as he's, doing his presentations and show you on screen what the heck is going on. And so what happened is Perpetual left, and I sent him a 12-minute video of Dane Wigington explaining X, Y, and Z, a brief overview, and said, please, listen to this before you declare me to be insane. I can only imagine that living with me would be very frustrating, because to him I sound like probably a raving lunatic, although I don't rave about it. I might just gently yet effectively say something about it. It's not like I go around all day long, freakishly prepping for the end of the world or anything like that. Speaking of which, there's more. It's really amazing how these work. Anyhow, there's more. I guess there's other theories and such about that Nibiru, Planet X, the dwarf sun, whatever it's called, the Nemesis system. There's now a theory, I guess, or there is something in the works, whatever, that's a black hole, actually, and so therefore nobody's ever seen it. And a lot of these videos and stuff that you get online are not really showing. I don't know. I don't even know if I believe the person who said that, because here's the thing. Some of these people that research this are too attached to their religious text. And so they're not going to wander in any direction, not wander, that might take them away from that biblical text. Like one gentleman to whom I was listening was going on about there were so many years between Moses and Noah and all this stuff, Gnosis, or the combination of the two named Gnosis. There's really no proof that Moses actually walked the earth. Now, he could have been some sort of amalgamation, is that the right word, of various characters over the years, of things that came before him that might have walked the earth. Perhaps somebody on whom he's based did walk the earth. But, it's just, look, I look at the Bible in a completely different way, as you know now, ladies and gentlemen. I look at it, as something that was copied over the years from more ancient texts, something that doesn't elaborate as much as those earlier texts, something that if you do that inversion, where like 666 is hideous, yet in the Native American culture 999 is good, and they flip that over to make it look bad. There's several things like that. Like I've said this before, but I'll say it again because I have new viewers who aren't going to root through my 600 videos or whatever. I don't know how much organization I'm going to get done on those either, ladies and gentlemen, but where was I? I said I'll say it once, I'll say it again, and then I trailed off about, things with the Bible. Yeah, the snake in the garden. Snake was the good guy. Totally the good guy. If you remember the word they got from so-called God, which wasn't even translated appropriately, ladies and gentlemen, was to not partake of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And for on that day thou shalt surely die. Snake comes along and says, you won't surely die. Go ahead and have at it. And it was just to give them more knowledge and such, which whoever didn't want. So there's a lot more. There's a lot more to this kind of thing than just these people that are, I don't know, just really caught up in their particular text. It's upsetting, although I used to be the same way. I was very much a believer, very much thought the Bible was the final word on everything. So I understand what a hold it can have over you, ladies and gentlemen. Also, there's a gentleman to whom I've been listening named Mark Passio, P-A-S-S-I-O. He is really blunt about things. I mean, he has nothing good to say about the Anunnaki. This sounds funny to a beginner, but it's that ancient astronaut theory kind of where the Anunnaki tinker with our DNA and all this. You can look it up. I do recommend him, though. But he just really goes off on the religious segment of society. I'm not really prepared to do that, ladies and gentlemen, because I understand from where they come. I used to be one, and I have a lot of friends that are very decent people. And, I'm not out here to offend the masses, I don't think. Just a few people. I'm out to offend the few, not the many. So, I guess that's all. I just wanted to get some things off my chest in terms of this. There was that streak going over. Now it's like sort of dispersed, as Mother would say, and it's more of a clouded area. The sky is like whitish, like super duper duper light blue, like it never was before. And even Al Gore, when being interviewed once about this, somebody brought up the geoengineering with him, and he said, oh my goodness, that would totally turn the sky a different color. It would be more white than blue. Well, what the heck do we see? Except on the weekends when they're taking a break from the shenanigans. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you do nothing else in life, please trot yourself over to geoengineeringwatch.org. And if you scroll down a little bit, they have sort of a beginner's video. And I think they even say, for those who are new to this, check out this video. So, anyhow, that's all. I'm done. Live for you. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others. Drop your political identities, and let's leave labels at the door.